Hi, this is Dean from Sequencer Talk, and I'm here with.
Václav from Bastel Instruments. Hi.
So you have something new to show?
Yeah, we have the new Bastel Kalimba. It's like a very interesting instrument that's like very playable, and I would be happy to show you more about it. We just launched it on Kickstarter yesterday. It's doing pretty well, and the early bird price is already gone, but you can get it for like 420 euros up to 500 for different editions, and we'll be shipping end of the year.
Cool. So let's show the product
Yeah.
and the features of it.
Yeah.
I'm very keen on it because I love kalimbas,
Yeah,
and especially with there's a looper inside.
also, looper. Yeah, looper is one of my favorite things on it. Yeah. So the kalimba is played with the tines. You can plug them as you would on a normal kalimba, and there is quite a refined velocity readout for that. You can plug them and mute them also, like we would on a normal kalimba, which allows you to have a bit more control over the envelope of the sound. Then you can play it differently when you hold the pad touch point, and then you can like fade in the sound like this.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And then you can also combine these playing methods. So like you can like fade in, plug and mute, and you can do this like sort of like complex envelopes, like very intuitively. Then there is the glide to make pitch slides between tones, so they're based on the pressure you apply. So let's look at the knobs. Now I have them all centered, and they have a little notch in the middle, so that's like the default kalimba sound, and each of the knobs is a crossroads. So you can take the sound in one direction or in another direction. The Excite will focus more on the transients. And then the blend mixes between physical modeling and FM. So let's hear the physical modeling first. And the interesting thing about this instrument is that there is a pair of microphones in stereo, and they pick up the actual vibration of the instrument, and it feeds as an exciter to the digital resonators, so for the physical modeling engine. So you can like also hit it like this. There are little like scratch pads also on the sides, just to give you more exciter options.
Is there a different pickup mode? So you have a direct piezo inside?
Yeah, they're not piezos, they're microphones, and they are active only when the blend is like to the left, and as you go more to the right, it's less of a microphone and less of this like sort of like dirty imperfect sound, and it blends to more pristine FM. So this is how you do the sound. Now it's like very clean digital, and here it's pure FM, and here it's the physical modeling. What you can also do, so it wants to be held, so
Yeah.
it's battery powered, so, and it also has a built-in speaker, so you can just play it without any cables, which is really nice. And for the exciter part, there is also the soil and wind. So and you can like shake if you hold this, you can sort of like animate sort of like pseudo virtual soil inside of the instrument and use it as a bit of a shaker. And with the wind, you can kind of use this like liquid wind and pour it around in stereo. Do these little things with motion to animate it a bit more. There are also touch points from the back, so you can actually...
Cool, like a game controller.
Yeah, exactly. So actually the shape is basically Game Boy Advance inspired, and we have these like touch points which can be assigned, and they can do kind of anything. So like this one does a pitch bend, one semitone, it can be more, and this one turns on the arpeggiator, so you can like play and go to arpeggiator really quick. Yeah, so let's talk about the arpeggiator, which so you turn it on, and then you can with pressure control the velocity of the notes, so it's like very playable. It really wants to be played. Yeah. So you can also lock the arpeggio, add more notes, and even add some notes with attack if you hold the pad. And you can get like really nice patterns on the arpeggiator, and that frees your hands to maybe do a bit more tweaking and explore the sound engine. You can also go out of the arpeggiator mode and maybe go down an octave and do like bass drones with the pads, or maybe go up and do a bit of plucking or a bit of a solo on top of that. And you unlock by double tapping the lock. And yeah, you can also lock the touch points. So if I would want to be always playing a pad for a song, I can hold the pad and just press lock. And I would also always be playing pads. So let's look at the effects now. So let's make another arpeggio. That will be easier. So we have built-in effects, and if you hold the shift button, you access the effect layer. So there is a filter, low pass and high pass. There is distortion. And a downsampler, bit crusher. There is a chorus that goes up to a flanger, and sort of like a lo-fi tape emulation. There is also a reverb, which kind of was there the whole time. Now it's without the reverb. So let's add a bit more reverb. It can go pretty long.
Are the effects set, or do you have different options and or values you can change?
Yeah, exactly. So when you hold the shift, you can tweak quite a lot of variety. So like the reverb has two parameters. It is sort of like the drive-it mix, and then there is like the time parameter where you set the decay of the reverb, and there are actually two different reverb modes. So you have the time parameter, and you have a daytime and a nighttime. So this was
You have the color.
you have the color. So this is like more of a lush daytime reverb, and this is a more of a darker like nighttime reverb.
Okay, let's hear that. Give me a sec.
Yeah, so you can get like very like room reverb settings like this, or like a huge long spaces like cathedrals also. And there is also delay when you go to the left with the space. Yeah, cool. So yeah, so that's the effect, and yeah, let's look at the looper now. So I have this little thingy here that gives me a beat, so that's gonna be easier to start the loop. So I just like start the rack, and it's waiting for me, and I'll start looping. Expect you can overdub. Can go low and make some bass. Yeah. So it's an audio looper, so it records audio, and that gives it like a really interesting properties. So what you can do, you can like change the tempo. So it synchronizes to the tempo, and it has very unique time stretching algorithm. It's not really time stretch. It goes like forward and backward to like compensate for the lost time. So you get these like reversing artifacts if you, and it sounds like really nice because I love like reversing the kalimba sounds. So let's go back to the original tempo. You can go down an octave with the looper, or even lower, or you can also go up. So you can get very creative just with that. But also, when you hold the rec button and turn the knobs, you can run the loop through the effects and re-record it. So this is what we call destructive looping. And so it's sort of like solution to the classic like looper problem that you keep building, and then when it's full, like what do you do? So here you can completely transform it by like applying some effects.
Is it possible to use external input for the looper?
No. So the connectivity is audio out, clock in, MIDI in, USB MIDI, and MIDI out / clock out, but there is no audio input on it. But yeah.
Really nice.
So yeah, you can.
I'm impressed.
You can
to be honest.
transform it and like just keep going. I really like the destructive looping for like what it means, like philosophically, because like us talking to each other, like or our life came to this moment for it to be possible. And with destructive looping, you can have the history of what you played and build on top of that, and like have it like it's like a memory machine to me, and I find it really intriguing. So yeah, this is the ins and out of the kalimba. Yeah, so the kalimba also has quite detailed like tuning editor. So each of the tones could be tuned to a different tone, but also micro-tuned. So it's like ready to use like any microtonal scales or like maqam scales, or like it can tap into like any and fit in within any like musical tradition. So you just like make a set of notes, and then you can also like forget which notes they are. And I as somebody who played piano, I love that I just don't need to think about which notes I play. For me, it's very liberating, and I think the whole instruments is designed in a way that you don't need to think so much, and you can just like focus what feels right and what sounds right. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Really. So, can you give us some sounds?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Nice.